my channel, here today for our day 5 check-in on The Village Weavers by Miriam J. Chansey. This is the group read for CaribAthon, so we've been reading a section of this every day and just talking about it in preparation for our big discussion, which will come on Sunday, June 23rd. We're going to be having a live discussion here on YouTube, and I think it's going to be on Peta's channel, so subscribe to Comfy Cozy Up if you haven't already. We'll be talking about this book on Sunday afternoon. More details to follow very soon. In this section, we get a deeper understanding of some of the complications that exist on this twin island state, Haiti and Dominican Republic. A little bit of the history of prejudice, where it has come from. So I think we've been poised to see Gertie's father and Cece's father, Papa. We've almost been primed to see him as a weak man, someone who couldn't keep his commitment to his marriage by having all these illegitimate children. But in this section, we get a little bit more insight into some of the history, some of his background. So we're introduced to his grandmother, where the name Gertrude originally came from, the woman who was of pure African descent, who came to the Caribbean because of being shipped here from Africa during the slave trade, and how she made her life, made her name, made her legacy through commerce by traveling back and forth. He talked about her, I guess, being born on the Dominican Republic side and traveling to Haiti to work, and eventually traversing both sides, selling things that were not available on either side of that border. And it was something that was not usual at that time for women to do, but especially darker skinned women. So Papa telling Gertie this story at a time when she's being ridiculed for her darker skin, her mother calling her negrita, which is not just emphasizing the hue of her skin tone, it's also pointing her out as being different because the word negrita has all these undertones. And that Papa singling her out to tell her this legacy of her grandmother at this time is asking her that when people see that difference in her, not to think about the negative connotations that they may have or intend when they say it, but to think about the legacy of the original negrita in their family, the woman who was dark-skinned but did what she had to and became even more successful than the people around her who may have made fun of her, who may not have seen her African history as her strength. So I like that Papa emerges in this section as a hero in his family, because while the mother and the siblings are singling out Gertie and being prejudicial towards her for her dark skin, the father is proud of her and even asking her to find pride in herself and giving her this locket with this picture, a family heirloom, I'm sure it is, giving it to her at such a tender age of 7, asking her to start even then seeing the value in what she is, not being buoyed down by others, what they intend to be disrespect, but finding that love for herself, finding that love for her dark-skinned African history. So that was one really significant thing that happened for me in this section. Also, the meeting that Gertie has with her siblings when Andre is about to die. All these people make these revelations on their deathbed, right? And so Andre is dying and she writes her own obituary to claim Cece as a part of the family. And I like the discussion that happens because of it, because Gertie is opposed to this. She's saying, well, you haven't claimed Cece all your life, and no one knows that she's Alcindor. It's a name that she doesn't want. You're trying to give it to her. She never said she wanted it. And if you're going to publicize this at a funeral, the least you could do is let her know what you're thinking about to prepare her in advance. So that's a really interesting conversation that happens here, the family dynamics, but also the weight of history and family secrets. So I love it. I love this section. I love how it speaks about the politics of this time, but also this quote that is given to Papa when he says there are more important things in life than politics. On page 199, where he says, I love all of you, but don't be like them. Don't be like I've been to so many. And Gertie says, like you too. Papa responds, "Not like me, Gertie. It took me many years to understand that there is more to life than money and politics. I'm understanding this day by day, watching the way you appreciate everything in front of you, everyone. I see you with the cook and her son, how you treat them. You make me very proud, Gertie." And I like that. I like that the father, the Papa figure, he can see the changes happening around him, changes that are different from how he used to be, but he is old enough and wise enough now to appreciate that the next generation may be different. And so here he is protecting that intent in the legacy going forward. So I like that. I like this section. Looking forward to chatting with you tomorrow on the next section. So please join me for the next check-in, and of course on Sunday for the big discussion about the book in its entirety. So see you tomorrow, and until then, happy reading, happy CaribAthon. Bye.